Juhie Singh, now you're a woman politician and yet you're from a party which hasn't supported this bill traditionally. Are you now going to rise above party lines and say, Priyanka ji, Aparajita ji, Jyotimani ji, let's get together and welcome this bill, or will you stick to party line, Juhie Singh?
Rahul, we've never opposed the women reservation bill, and Tyagi ji always said that we have always asked for a quota within the women's reservation, which is for the OBCs, the SCs, STs and the minorities.
No, but there's no such quota for OBCs amongst the men, so why ask for this amongst women?
Yeah, so different parameters for men. I thought that's what we were addressing, and that's what the Prime Minister
No, but that's setting the bar so high and making it unrealistic. Here, because there's already SC/ST quota, you have SC/ST quota amongst women reservation, it goes through. The question is, does the SP want to get the job done, or do you want to find some excuse to create a roadblock?
Rahul, does the Prime Minister want to get this bill implemented? Let's just ask him, because it's already been stated, I do not want to repeat, that the census has to take place, the delimitation has to take place. So is this lip service on the part of the BJP just to, create events? What's the homework?
No, but how can it be lip service? They are passing a law, ma'am. How is this lip service? If you're passing a law, then you're committing yourself to doing this.
Any law is as good as it is implemented, and is the BJP anyway, is it giving a timeline when this will be implemented? You yourself started the argument by asking that when is
Do you have a timeline in mind, Aparajita ji? Does the BJP, can you commit on national television to a particular timeline?
See, I tell you two things, please give me about 30-40 seconds. Number one, to say that Bharatiya Janata Party did not support the Congress on March 9, 2010 in the Rajya Sabha is far from the truth. So I humbly seek to correct Madam Jyotimani. When in 2010 March 9, on March 9 it was tabled in Rajya Sabha, BJP as well as the left had gone ahead and supported, and the bill was passed by 2/3 majority, but the Congress at that point of time did not have the political will and could not get it passed in the Lok Sabha, and that is why the bill could not be passed, could not see the light of the day. This is one part. And number two, let me tell you that this bill has been, the passage of this bill has been in the manifesto of BJP in 2014 and 19. So we have always been supporting the idea of the women's reservation. Now, as far as timeline is concerned, see, I must tell you that administrative procedures have to be followed. Delimitation exercise has to be carried out. We do not want any kind of glitches on the ground during the time of implementation. We have said goodbye to Article 370. We have said goodbye to Article 35A. We had brought in GST, one nation, one tax. We have done so many things. Historic steps have been taken. But have you seen ever in the last 9 years any kind of administrative glitch?
Okay,
because
so can I just take a moment to explain to our viewers why what Aparajita ji is saying is very complex. Delimitation isn't easy. It's been held in abeyance since 2026. So stay with me for a moment as I take you through some data sets. Delimitation essentially means that the number of seats in a state bases the population in that state. So the more the population, the more the seats in that state. And in the past several decades, states like Tamil Nadu, Kerala have been able to control their population much more than states like UP and Bihar. So if delimitation happens in 2026 in the way that it happened last, I have some data here. This is from the Carnegie Endowment Center. This is by an academic by the name of Milan Vaishnav. What it means is that in a state like Tamil Nadu, the number of seats at present are 39 in the Lok Sabha. If the projected population in 2026 is the barometer for the number of seats in Tamil Nadu in 2026, then the number of seats will come down to 31. Let's just have Tamil Nadu on the screen. That's down 8 from the current number. In a state like Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, where currently you have 42 seats, the number of seats will come down cumulatively to 34. That's down 8 from present. In Kerala, it will come down from 20 to 12. That's down 8 in Kerala. It's the same in all South Indian states. But to make this point, let me now take you to the North Indian states. In a state like Uttar Pradesh, which currently has 80 seats, if the population projected in 2026 in Uttar Pradesh and in the rest of the country is taken as the basis, the number of seats in Uttar Pradesh go up from 80 to 91. That's 11 more than at present. In Bihar, the number of seats go from 40 to 50. That's 10 more than at present. In a state like Rajasthan, from 25 to 31, that's 6 more than at present. In MP, they go up by 4 more. So what that means is that South Indian states see their proportionate representation in the Lok Sabha come down. North Indian states see their proportionate representative go up. So therefore, the South won't like it, the North will like it because they become more politically significant, but there will be a big backlash in the South. And that is the problem. Parajita ji, do you have any thoughts on how you hope to address this question? Because you're making it seem as if it's only procedural. It's far more complex than just being procedural.
I entirely agree. It is a complicated procedure, but only the government of Prime Minister Modi can handle complex things. You have seen in the past 9 years how we operate. And we are very confident that we would be grounding this particular reservation. So tomorrow is the day when we are going to have discussion on various dimensions of this particular bill. Let there be consensus and let the bill be passed, and then thereafter you would see administrative procedures would be put into place, and we would be monitoring very closely.
The other thing is, this is linked to the census. The census was to happen in 2020. The census didn't happen in 2002, so it's been delayed. In the US, in the UK, even in China, censuses have happened after the pandemic. In India, why haven't we had a census so far? When will the census take place, ma'am?
See, the government will actually speak regarding the methodology that it would adopt in the days to come. Maybe in the next 1 or 2 days, the Minister of Law would be talking to the whole nation regarding the procedures to be adopted. And within a definite time frame about which everybody would get to know, we would be doing the whole thing. And
okay,
we would be
Priyanka Chaturvedi has a finger up, so let me go across to Priyanka. The BJP saying yes, delimitation and census are complex, but the BJP government is master at dealing with complex issues, and they will explain in Parliament what the next steps are. Let's not get carried away just at this moment. Priyanka Chaturvedi.
So,
yes.
No, there's nothing to get carried away. They had an option of implementing this in 2024. What stopped them from doing it? Using this delimitation crutch, I think is just an excuse to delay the reservation that women have been fighting for over the years. And you'd be doing the gender equality a lot of injustice by trying to justify something like this. Now, second point to something she said, oh, we have implemented 370, oh, we did the GST. So I'd want to ask her, ma'am, did you do it immediately with effect immediately after once it becomes an act, or you did it on a future given date, which again is an uncertainty? The second thing she said is, oh, we have done fantastic implementation over the years under Mr. Modi's leadership. I'd just like to remind her about the demonetization. Only a person who had stopped reading the news for those 100 days would say something like this, that implementation was flawless. Implementation of GST had come with so many problems for small businesses, many businesses had shut down. Let's not forget the COVID lockdown. So let's not say, oh, because this is an implementation will be flawless. How can you commit implementation will be flawless when delimitation itself is causing a lot of concern in southern states? And you've just shared the data points with us. Every data suggests that representation of southern states will reduce for having done a good job on controlling the population. While those who haven't done a good job will have more representation. How does that work for the people of the country? So those are controversies, those are concerns, and no bill or no act has been passed with a future date, which is 7 years from now. 7 years from now. So this is nothing but, just, I'm sorry, which Amit Shah ji had used the word, Chunavi Jumla.